The next journal we're going to look at is the adjustment journal. The inventory adjustment journal is an excellent source when you need to quickly add one or multiple items or remove one or multiple items from inventory. And you're going to post it against just the default financial ledger for your inventory adjustments. You don't need to specify anything specific. This is simply for inventory adjustments. Typically, we find a lot of the use for this is when you're adding items for the first time. If you have on-hand inventory and you're adding a new item to Dynamics, you can use an adjustment journal to create your starting balance of inventory. Otherwise, you might want to consider using other ways to get inventory in, like purchasing inventory or building inventory through production orders. But of course, the inventory adjustment journal can be used to add or subtract inventory per your business needs. This is the most straightforward journal, in my opinion. So we add the item, we can take our item number, which I'm going to go back to that first item that we have. It's going to populate my item details, and then we get to enter a quantity. We can also specify our unit of measure here. So if we have specific unit of measure conversions set up for this item, cases or dozens or whatever other process you're using, you could use that as well. For now, let's just say that I'm going to add 5 units of this item. And then of my second item, let's look at a negative adjustment. And I bring in the item here, and by default, it brings in a value here for me that's available to move around, but I'm going to say I actually need to remove the 5. So I've specified a quantity of 5. There's a minimum quantity allowed on this item because of how this item is configured. And so we're going to accept that minimum quantity here for this adjustment. And it automatically populated for that. That, of course, is all specified based on how your item is configured and the minimum quantities for your items. Additionally, when you're in the inventory adjustment journal, you can also view the cost that's associated with this. Again, we were not able to see that in the counting journal because that journal is specifically meant more for inventory users who are not concerned with or have access to costing information. And the goal with a counting journal is to perform the count with the highest integrity, to not allow a user to create different numbers than what was physically counted or be concerned about the size of an adjustment because of the cost. The user should count what's physically there and report what's physically there in the counting journal. In the adjustment journal, you have the opportunity to understand this before you post it. And so when I add this in, I can now post these items. We will let this journal post. This journal has posted. And when I come back to my items, we can see my changes have been put into place here.